about Venom. I restarted. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so did you think the movie was terrible?
Um, not really, honestly. I expected it to be horrible, so my low expectations kind of helped me out, I guess.
I expected it to be a horrible movie and ended up being a horrible movie. For me, in my opinion.
I feel like there were some like cringy parts, like some of the comedy just didn't stick.
Now,
But
when I was going into the movie theaters to watch the movie, I went in, I showed my ticket, and then the woman handed me a comic book. Did someone hand you a comic book also?
no, I didn't get anything.
What? You didn't get a comic book?
No, that sounds dope. I wish I got a comic book.
Wait, let me see if I could like. Oh no, wait, can I show it? Oh no, I can't.
Is it a Venom comic book, or is it just like a random ass like thing they just gave you?
It's a Venom comic book.
What is it called? Lethal Protector?
What?
Is it called Lethal Protector? Hmm.
Is it on? Is it
Yeah,
show?
I see it.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah,
You didn't get this?
I didn't get nothing. So what is that like a movie comic book, basically? It looks like it.
No, this
It
is
looks like it's
the
based off the movie.
no. It's a preview of the movie.
Hmm.
So like right here in the last page of the comic book, it shows She Venom, and then it's like, you want to know what happens next? Watch the movie.
Wow. But you went on first day, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so that's why. Because I went on Tuesday,
So then they
the
give
week
you no
after.
comic book.
Nope, not a damn thing.
I was surprised how empty it was for my movie theater. I think it's because I went like 5 o'clock, no, like 6 o'clock in the afternoon on the first day.
Mm, that's not. I mean, that's not too bad.
I went to
I would
Jersey
expect a lot
Gardens.
of people to be there. Oh, you went to Jersey Gardens? Okay. Yeah, I did too. Um, I went at like I went at like 10, and it was actually wasn't that crowded
At
either.
night.
Yeah, 10 at night.
When has the movie theater ever been packed for you at Jersey Gardens?
I feel like it does like on the weekends for sure. Definitely on the
Because
weekends.
I went to watch Avengers Infinity War on the first day. There was only like 10 people in the movie theaters.
What? What? Um, I'm kidding. I don't know. I guess other people they go to different movie theaters. I don't know.
Wait,
That's weird.
is there another movie? But there's only AMC.
Yeah, that one in Linden.
Okay, wait. But so I sat down. So she gave me a comic book. I was I was surprised because I didn't have anything to put it in, so I just put it in my pocket, and then
It doesn't.
I bought a small popcorn, and then I didn't finish it. I try to challenge myself. I try to when I buy a popcorn, I try to see if I can eat it before the movie starts because the commercials are 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Do you do that?
Um, I don't. I normally try to not get anything from the movie theater because it's just like spending mad money on a ticket, and it's like, yo, popcorn right now. I usually like eat before I go.
And then
I don't know. That's just me.
I tried to put in a lot of butter in it, but I didn't realize is the machine it prevents you from flooding your popcorn bag with a lot of butter.
Does it really?
Yeah, like when you push the button, it like pauses for 5 minutes. So like the butter comes out and then it stops for 5 minutes.
Strange.
Like
So why did you hate the
so you can
movie?
either wait for 5 minutes to put in more butter, or you just leave.
Well, you really do learn something new every day.
What do you
Um, so why did you hate the movie? I want to know.
mean? Okay, there were a bunch of moments in the movie where I felt embarrassed to be watching the movie.
Embarrassed? How so?
Wait, wait. First, you explain why you thought it wasn't a terrible movie.
Well, it was actually like kind of enjoyable, I would say. Um, it didn't seem like I was sitting there for like 2 hours. It was, I guess, like the beginning part. It was pretty slow, and I didn't really like that beginning part because I was like waiting for Venom the whole time. Um, but then once he came in, I think it was like pretty much the start of the movie. I mean, there's like a bunch of cinematic errors that they had, like when they were the fight at the end. Like, yo, it was so damn dark I couldn't see anything. I'm like, yo, bro, like what's going on? Um, there are some like cringy jokes, but Venom kind of does make some cringy jokes in the comics too. The only thing with that is like, I mean, Spider Man. I was never down with that. Them taking out Spider Man because of the whole Sony Marvel thing. I don't really
I think
like
I'm
that.
the only person here since I don't know anything about comic book. I think I benefited from watching this movie.
Yeah, I can see like an average consumer that doesn't really know
Because
anything about the
first of all,
characters.
I didn't know She Venom was a thing,
Oh yeah,
so that took me by surprise.
yeah, that's true.
Well, for me, I went into the movie thinking it's gonna be a terrible movie, and then when the movie starts out with Eddie waking up, he's in bed, and
Yeah.
then what's the woman Michelle? Is that the character's name?
Um, I I believe it is Michelle. Hold up, fact check time. Let me see.
No, that's the actor's name.
Oh, the
Hold on
actual
a
actor's
second.
name. Let me see. I never seen this actor ever before in my life, or actress, I should say.
When the movie started out with that scene,
Uh,
I had this moment where I was like, "Is this secretly gonna be like the best movie of 2018, better than Infinity War?" And then the movie started to get going. I was like, "Nope, this movie's terrible. I take that back."
just from the first scene, you thought that you had that thought.
Yeah, I was like, "Is this
What?
low key gonna be like a better movie than Infinity War?"
Mm, I, I
Well,
I highly doubt that. I never had that in my mind ever.
the problem I have with the movie is that the movie wants to get to certain points in the movie, but the way it gets there is the one I have issue because the movie starts out with the whole space the space crash
Yeah,
because right off the gate they're trying to like answer questions. They're like, okay, how do we introduce Venom into this movie? Okay, how about we start the movie with a space crash and then there's parasites on the spacecraft and then they escape. And then it's like, okay, cool. So now how do we get Venom to Eddie Brock? Okay, how about we have Eddie in the grocery store. He's talking to himself and then he finds the woman and then she shows him in there.
yeah. That's a. I would say that's just very just like it's definitely written. Like you could just tell it's like, oh yeah, it's just supposed to happen like that.
That I still don't
Why would he?
understand.
Yeah, why would she even go to Eddie? He's been fired for what? For what, like
Well,
6 months or something, right?
like I understand the logic what they're trying to make because Eddie was trying to investigate that guy because he was murdering innocent people, and then she was like trying to tell Eddie that he was right, and then she wanted to bring him in so he could get evidence that they're doing something illegal, but it all felt kind of forced.
Yeah, it was pretty
And so
forced, honestly.
and then they leave Eddie alone inside the rooms, and then he meets the homeless woman, and then he meets
Yeah,
the other people, and then
yeah,
I don't
I
understand.
completely agree.
I still don't understand how Venom got to Eddie.
It's because she was on that. He was she.
But like,
Venom was on that woman.
was the
Yeah,
homeless
the homeless
woman
person.
was Venom with the homeless woman?
Yeah, Venom was like yeah with the homeless woman. So basically, yeah, symbiote. They want their own host. So like the host that. So like the homeless woman wasn't a good host basically. So he
But
was like, oh yeah, let me just jump on this guy.
it's just throughout the movie. When I said throughout the movie, I felt like embarrassed for the movie because like
I guess I could
there
see
were
that.
those scenes with Eddie when he was like telling the girl, he's like, "I love you," and then like everybody on it was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cringy."
I feel you. Yeah, some parts didn't make sense. Also, the villain too, the main villain. I don't think he's intimidating. Like he just seems like a just like a normal guy.
Carson Drake.
Even yeah, Carson Drake. Yeah,
Oh
he
wait,
just
no,
seems like
that's not. Oh wait, that's the character's name.
yeah. That is the character. He actually had it like
Oh,
right on the dot.
I thought that was.
Right.
Oh wait, I think it's Anne Wayne, the character's name.
Oh yeah, and okay.
It says here
Um,
that she Venom. Oh, so I guess if you know anything about comic books, you already knew she Venom.
yeah, she is.
Oh,
Yeah, she is actually she Venom.
I didn't know anything about that.
I'm surprised they even showed that, but I knew it wasn't gonna last at all. So
But the
oh well.
movie, but like, I don't understand.
What
The whole movie was cringy, right? And so,
for the most part.
what?
For the most part,
So wait, so who's Cletus?
that's
So it's
Carnage.
Cletus. How you pronounce his
That
name?
Cletus,
What?
Cletus, Cassidy.
So when that scene came out, the post credit scene, when when Eddie he's walking inside a cellar room, and then we see Woody Harrison. I had
Yeah,
I was like I was like,
with that mean
what are you
ass
gonna
wig
do?
on. Oh my god.
And then he was wearing a wig.
Yeah, that wig is like so noticeable. It's not even fucking like funny.
At first, I didn't know who he was. I was like, who is this? Who is he gonna be? And then he was like, there's gonna be Rampage. No, wait, Carnage, right?
There's gonna be Carnage. There's gonna be Carnage because he is Carnage.
Well,
Well, he's going to
I
be
didn't know
Carnage.
who he was. So when he said, I was like, oh, then he must be Carnage.
That's about right.
I was so disappointed that they didn't show Spider-Man.
And I don't think they will. I mean, maybe,
Oh,
but
another problem I have with this movie, I forgot how Venom was a comedian.
oh yeah, Venom is a technically he has very dry humor in like the comics, but it's like I guess I mean it was he portrayed Venom pretty well. I
No,
would say that's like the main
that
thing.
was the moment I realized they don't know what direction they want this movie to go in. Because like that whole scene when the police are raiding their houses, no Eddie's house, and Eddie put up his arm, and then Venom's like, "What are you doing? Why are you putting your arm up?" He's like, "Cause I'm giving up," and he's like, "No, maybe look back." And then like they're fighting, they're like, "Put your
Yeah,
hands down." He's like, "No."
yeah, and then he kept doing going up and down with his hands.
I was not prepared for him to be a comedian. Why did they make Venom a comedian?
I mean, he, yeah, I mean, he's kind of. I wouldn't say he's like a comedian in the comics at all, but like he does crack jokes every once in a while. But like, I can see what you mean. I feel
And
like it was too much of it,
and
way
and
too much of
then
it.
and then when he's like when he goes to the restaurant to sabotage the girl's date with the
Yeah,
guy, and then he goes to the lobster can the lobster tank.
yeah.
That was that during
Oh
that
God.
scene. I had this movie. I was like, this movie is so terrible that even the actors and the producers and the camera knows that this movie is terrible because that whole scene was so terrible. I was like, I think they knew that this movie was terrible because that
Honestly,
whole scene was so terrible. I was like, they must know. Like the Tom Hardy, he must have known that this movie was terrible. He was like, that scene because that scene makes no sense, like unnecessary.
well, it's basically like yeah, it was a very well, I mean, he was getting like taken over by Venom. Basically, he was just getting mad hungry and shit. So he's kind of going wild. But eh,
I felt like
I
some
don't know.
actors
I have mixed
was
opinions.
I felt like some actors overacted their parts, like the white guy who was hunting down Eddie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, the
I
guy that
feel
was
like
like chasing him in
yeah,
the car scene.
I feel like he overacted his part. I feel like that's what they needed to do because this movie's so terrible that they probably need all the actors to compensate for this terrible movie to make like you need to have good acting because they thought maybe if the actors were good, this would make a better movie, but like, the movie wasn't. It didn't make the movie better. It just
Well,
there was no
uh,
the movie was so I don't know. There was no subtext to the movie. The movie was just Venom,
it's just Venom.
and then the bad guy Riot. I didn't know anything about Riot, and the way they made it talk when they were having that conversation, they made it seem like there's more parasites like from a planet. And as someone who doesn't know anything about comic books, I'm like, I don't know what that means. So like, there's more.
Yeah, so there's a whole planet basically of symbiotes
But like,
where
but like, Venom
yeah,
calls
so
Riot Riot. So like, did they name themselves that?
yeah, yeah, they basically name themselves.
So Venom
Um,
names himself Venom, and then Riot names himself Riot.
so Venom. All right, so the only reason Venom has the name Venom is because Spider-Man he rejected the symbiote, and then when they got onto Eddie Brock, he said he called himself Venom because he's like trying to kill a spider basically, like he's Venom to Spider-Man basically. That's the only reason why. Yeah, like he's like I guess like poisonous or something like the name. Yeah, that's the only reason why he called himself Venom is because he's like Venom to Spider-Man.
The movie was so bad that when the movie ended, I didn't realize it ended because they had the whole scene with Venom with the whole spaceship, and then the spaceship explodes, killing Riot, right? And then we go from there, and then we have Eddie and then Anne. They're talking on a sidewalk, and they're having this conversation about like, are we getting back together? And I was like, I had this moment was like, is this movie gonna go on for another 40 minutes? And then like they get up, and then they start walking, and then he goes to the grocery store, and then he does the whole scene with the burglar, with the robber,
Yeah,
and then the movie ends, and I was like, is this how the movie ends?
yeah. The ending was kind of just rushed, or they didn't know how
I
to end it.
feel, yeah, I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel like, that they didn't know how to end it. And like, it was so obvious that they didn't know how to end it that when it ended, I didn't know that ended.
And they showed that in the trailer too.
What?
That the same exact scene. I don't know if you watched the trailer for it.
Oh yeah, I thought they were gonna cut that scene out because they cut that scene where he's fighting the policeman and he said he has that line where he's like, I don't know, no,
Like I don't know. Oh, like when in his house?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
When the movie ended, right, and then an Eminem song of Venom started playing, that was the first time I ever heard that song. Like I knew the song
Yeah,
existed. I knew Eminem made a song for the movie Venom, but that was like the first time I was hearing a song, and I was like, is this like an actual bad Eminem song? Like, am I the only one that thinks that? I was watching the movie theater. I was like, this is a bad song. I don't know why Eminem made the song.
it's for that money. Honestly, I don't like those. I, yeah, I don't like when artists make songs for movies. I mean, sometimes it comes out really bad, really trash.
Did you like the song?
I mean, I wouldn't listen to it on my own time. I'll listen to it when if it comes on, like it just like pops up, which will be in the movie. I think I'm gonna watch it again
No, I
just so
didn't.
I can
I
see it.
didn't want to watch it again.
Hmm, I
But
think you
like,
should.
okay, wait. They want to make this into a cinematic universe, right? How do you make a cinematic
Yeah,
universe with Spider-Man villains
and
without
no Spider Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yo,
Because
that doesn't
like,
make any
because
fucking
like,
sense.
they showed Carnage. Was it Carnage or Rampage?
Um, Carnage at the end.
Right. So they show Carnage, right? What is the next movie gonna be? Is it just gonna be a movie about Carnage? Or is it gonna be like Venom versus Carnage?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Venom versus Carnage.
Well, wouldn't
That's what
you have to do an origin story for Carnage?
I think they would like. They, I feel like they briefly explain his origin
Because
story.
I don't know anything about comic books. So like if they just do a Venom versus Carnage movie, as someone who doesn't know anything about Carnage, it's like they better explain to me who he is in that movie.
I, they're definitely gonna change the origin for sure because they already changed the origin for Venom, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Because wait, how did because Venom originally was on Spider-Man,
Yep.
and then but the way the origin story this movie played out, it made it seem like there's no point to there was no point to Venom. There was no point to having Spider-Man because Venom looks like that off the gate.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. They basically try to not have Spider-Man involved at all, so they just changed everything. So they just made him look like, of course, how the comics make him look like. But it still doesn't make sense because he still looks like Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man's eyes, like his goggles or whatever the fuck you want to call them, it has that's basically Venom's eyes.
But like, okay, here's another issue that I have with the movie. So Eddie is dating Anne, who is a lawyer for the Life Foundation, right?
Yeah, something
And
like that.
so one day he's on his he she leaves her laptop open and then he sneaks on the laptop and then she so happens to have documents that he's doing something illegally on her computer in which Eddie decides to look at it. And so the problem I have is like, how did he know? Like, why did he search her laptop when there was no indication that she had any important documents on that laptop? Does that
I
make
guess
sense?
because yeah, it makes sense.
Like
I guess
this
he
is the
assumed
many
it.
issues with this movie. It's like there was no
Yeah,
indication that she had anything important documents. But then he looks on the computer. There's a fortune documents that says he's doing something illegally. And then he's like, how would he know to find those papers? Like, does she have it on the home screen? Like,
Yo, actually, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess it's just a really big assumption because she's a
and then he goes
lawyer.
to interview him, and then blindsides him with like, oh, what do you guys say about the illegal like experiments? And then they're like, oh, turn off the camera.
Well,
I
I would say, yeah, there's a lot of plot holes
I
in this
felt
movie.
sorry for the guy who's playing. Oh, I forgot. Already forgot his name. Evil Elon Musk.
Carlton Drake.
Yeah, because that guy looks like he was a good actor, but he just happened to be in a bad movie.
He is a good actor, actually. He was in Star Wars, and he was in this
What?
this HBO series that was actually really good.
Yeah, like he looked like he was a good actor, but he just happened to be in a bad movie.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have been the bad guy. He doesn't seem like a bad guy at all. Like if Eddie could just beat him up without his symbiote, and that's basically it. Then it'd be the end of the movie.
And then I felt cringy when I forgot. Oh, that was Riot. When Riot when he got into the uh I don't know how to explain, when the woman from the medical team, and then they
Yeah,
start walking into the road, right? And then they go to
yeah.
the village, and then he infects the old woman, right? And then the old woman infects the little girl. I felt like every time we went to that, I felt cringy.
I don't know why. I don't know why the hell would you infect the old lady? Like why choose the old lady? Wouldn't you want someone that's like more I guess up to speed
Well, my
or like
problem
more
was
healthier?
that my problem was that all those three actors were overacted. The old woman and the little girl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They could have just left it at the medical lady, and then they could have just went from there instead of using all these other people.
Oh my god! And then there was bad editing. Am I the only one that noticed that bad editing?
I would say very bad
Like
editing at the end with the fight.
when Eddie got infected with Venom for the first time, and then he was running away, and then they surrounded him, and then he was running, but he actually climbed up the tree. Like the way they edited that, there was no indication that he climbed up the tree. I thought he just ran really quick, like the Flash.
Yeah, they didn't show it like the Flash. Yeah, they didn't show it at
But
all.
I thought he was just running quick, but then they zoom up, and then he's like, "Oh, he climbed up the tree." I was like, "That was bad editing," because I thought he just ran really quick, but he actually climbed up the tree.
Well, that's why a lot of critics didn't like it, I guess. Mm,
Okay, what about the? Did you notice the Caesar scene?
The what one?
The Caesar scene
Caesar?
when when Eddie meets the homeless woman and she's infected with venom, and then it flashes red lights.
Oh,
You
oh
didn't see
yeah.
Caesar?
I remember you. Yeah, you put that on Snap. I remember that. And then I was looking for that scene, but it didn't affect me like how it affected you.
Well, was it too much? The flashing red lights?
No, it didn't affect me at all, honestly.
You sure?
But yeah, I can see what you mean. It was a lot of flashing red lights.
Okay, but what would you give this movie?
What would I give this movie out of a 10?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Alright, let's say out of a 10. I'd give it like a 6 or a 7. I'll give it
What does that
I'll
mean
give it
though
a,
on
a
your
6.
scale?
Like a 5 I would say is like midway, so that's like average. So it's a tiny bit above average because it was kind of entertaining. Not gonna lie, like it wasn't like I was sitting there and waiting to get out the movie theater because it was that bad. Like I actually like sat through it and like paid attention to it. So I'll give it like a good 6, maybe a 7.
See, I would give this movie a 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Oh
And
man.
you know what's the
I
best
mean,
thing? You know how like they showed sneak peek previews for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That was really stupid
at
too. I don't.
first, at first I thought it was gonna go on for like 30 minutes
Yeah.
because it went on and then it went on for too long. I was like, is this gonna go on for another 30 minutes? And then I don't know why, but when that happened, there was people coming into the movie theaters. I don't know why. I don't know if like if the next movie, if it said the next movie was gonna start in 10 minutes or something. But like we had like a bunch of people like come in as the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse thing started showing. Like a bunch of people started watching it,
Yeah.
and they thought like it was like the commercial. You know how like before you watch a movie, you have to watch the whole 30 minutes commercial before the movie starts,
Yeah. The
right?
trailers.
So they probably
Yeah.
thought that was it, and then like it went on for like too long, like 3 minutes, and then
Mm,
and then after it ended, it cut back to the credits. You know what I mean, right? It
yeah.
cut back to the credits, and then everybody in the movie theater was confused. They're like, "Wait, why are there credits?" And then the credits
They thought it was
stopped,
the end of the movie.
and then the credits stopped, and then the screen went blank, and the lights went out, and everybody moves like, "Wait, what?" And then the rest of us were like, "Yeah, no, that was the movie ended." And then we just left, and everybody moves like, "Wait, what just happened? Why was there a commercial and then credits?" And then the janitor was like, "Oh no, that wasn't a commercial. That was the post credit scene for Venom." And they were like, "What?" And the janitor was like, "Yeah, you gotta get out the movie, gotta get out the theater." And then they're like, "What?"
I don't know why they chose that as a post credit scene. It made it made
Oh,
no sense.
I love the trailer for Into the Spider Verse. I love how they showed the anime girl and the little dog, and in the in
Oh
the
yeah.
in the room, and they're like we gotta hide. It's like move to the left. He's like, okay, move to the right.
Mm,
And like he turns, he's like, okay, I got a question. Do dogs speak in this universe? That looks like it's gonna be a good movie.
It seems like it's gonna be pretty good, but we'll
Now,
see.
here's the big question: Is this movie better than Spider-Man 3?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Um. Even though I'll never agree with cutting out Spider Man, not having Venom with Spider
Okay,
Man,
but who do you
I'll
think
say
who do you think did Venom better, Spider-Man 3 or Venom?
definitely Venom for sure. Venom definitely did Venom better than
Why?
Spider Man 3 did. One, the looks for sure. Um, the actor for sure, Tom Hardy definitely destroys Topher Grace, and just just with Spider Man 3, it was very rushed. There's too much going on. It's like all these. You got Sandman, then we got Green Goblin storyline, then we got Venom just coming out of nowhere. It's like, bro, like chill the fuck out.
I like how there's a bunch of clickbait videos on YouTube right now that's showing the Venom versus Spider-Man scene in Venom.
I think I've seen one of those actually.
And so like a lot of people watching that thinking that's a real scene getting clickbaited.
Gotta get them views.
Uh,
I don't know. I mean, I would say I was pretty okay with the movie. Like it wasn't.
wait,
Yeah, I would say
what's the next
a
movie?
little above average.
What's the next
When's the
movie in
next movie?
the cinematic universe?
The Sony Cinematic Universe. I know they're doing like a Black Cat. I think they're doing like a
I have
Silver
no idea.
Sable Black Cat thing. Um, Sony Cinematic Universe. I don't know what the hell Sony's doing with their life.
Wait,
They should have put that
did they
shit
delete
PG.
the Wikipedia page?
No, rated R. I never even knew they had one. I'm trying to look it up. Hold up. The Sony Cinematic Universe. But I know there is a Black Cat slash Silver Sable movie coming out.
Oh,
Um,
do they own the rights to Venom? Sony?
well, they pretty much own the rights to Spider-Man because
That means
I mean they're only sharing.
anything that has to do with Spider-Man?
Yeah, basically anything that has to
Sure.
do with Spider-Man, they
Even
still
Miles
own it.
Morales?
Yep, that's why they're making that Into the Spider-Verse movie because they still own everything Spider-Man. The only reason why this Spider-Man is in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is because they're only sharing him.
I don't know
So
about
like
that.
eventually he's gonna go. Yeah, so it's kind of it's all screwed up. They should just give it all to Marvel and just let that be.
Is that it? Is that what we had to say about Venom?
Um, Pretty much. I think we hit every single point that we needed to. Unless you have anything else to add.
No, I want to talk about who Infinity War, Ant-Man, no Wasp.
And the Wasp.